Hello, everybody, and today I'm gonna be checking out submission to Captain Nico's Love and Attraction game jam. This one is called Food at a Wake. Uh, it caught my eye because all the art is hand watercolor painted, uh, and I'm a sucker for traditional art, and the style looks very nice. So figured I'd give it a look. Don't know too much about it. Haven't heard anybody say anything about it, so going in kind of blind with this. Uh, I guess mild warning. The game says it deals with the death of a parent and homophobia. So if those are sensitive topics for you, just keep that in mind. Don't know how heavy it is or anything, so I guess we'll find out. And there's no music, at least right now. It's not a recording thing. Okay. I sigh. This fucking blows. There's just one memory I have. I'm not sure if it's my actual first memory. It's one of those things where you aren't sure if you're just making up part of it or forgetting when it happened. Either way, I was little, maybe 5 or 6, and there were fireflies. Okay, there is music. It's loud. I need to turn that down. Okay. That's the only part I really know for sure. And that my mom was there, probably. I think we were catching them and putting them in a jar. But even that I can't be sure of. Putting fireflies in jars is the thing you always see on TV and stuff, so I could have just made that part up. But the glow, I remember. And the air. The hum in the air, I remember that. And if I think really hard, I think I can remember the feeling of one landing on my paw. The way its wings brushed against my fur. I've been thinking about that a lot lately. The gentleness. The fuzziness of the memory. When I think about it, it makes me feel happy, in a bittersweet sort of way. There's something gone, but still inside of me if I look hard enough. I hope this is like that. Shut up! Oh my god. Shut it! Your mom's gonna kill you, man. Ben has been my best friend since the first grade. No accounting for taste, I guess. It's not that bad, is it? I set the razor back down on the bed. It's cute. I glare at him. Your mom is definitely gonna kill you, though. God damn it. I stand from my bed and walk past Ben to the bathroom door, pulling it open to see myself in the mirror hanging off the back. My mom's gonna kill me. A haphazard slit has been shaved through my right eyebrow. I thought it was a good idea when we started. It is cute, though. Ben has walked up next to me, staring at my eyebrow in the mirror. A half-inch gash of fur has also been removed above my eyebrow. It was supposed to be cool, not cute. Yeah, well, you can't really escape that one, man. Shut up. He places his hand gently against my temple, running his thumb over the fur. Even now, my heart beats faster. I wonder if he'll ever stop having that effect on me. So, I've been thinking, are you gonna ask me are you gonna ask me to match? What, because our first attempt went so well? No, I was, thinking about prom. I can see at the moment his face falls, his ears drooping. Verge. Sorry, it's stupid. I shouldn't have brought it up. No, that's not. I promised I would go with you. I want to, but it's just my dad. If he found out. I know. I can't do that yet. I get it, really. I'm sorry. It's really okay. I knew what you'd say before I asked. I know what your dad's like. I wish I could. I know. But it's just prom. Who gives a shit? I know, but it sucks. You shouldn't have to go to prom. You should get to go to prom. You can't because of me. We should get to do that, even if it is stupid. He's still rubbing his hand over the top of my head, mussing my fur back and forth. Do you really think it's cute? Cross my heart. Just then, my mom pokes her head into the room. I press my face against Ben's chest. Mom asks if Ben is staying for dinner, and he answers with a straight face. We both snicker after she leaves. She's definitely gonna kill you. Would you put my shows on? Mom had resisted getting a TV in her room for ages. She always argued that she could get up and watch TV in the living room like a normal person. A few months back, she stopped arguing. Of course, Mom. I grabbed the remote, listening to the TV turn on with a click and a hum. The familiar light and upbeat jingles spreading across the room. We watch a lot of Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy. You should go out sometime. Can't stay cooped up in here with me forever. I don't mind. Have you seen Benjamin lately? He was such a good boy. Not really. We don't talk much anymore. That's a shame. You were good together. We were in high school, Mom. High schoolers can't really be good together. Well, that's just plain silly. She lulls, and we watch the TV in silence for a while. I watch the wheel spin with bored attention. Someone lands on bankrupt. Poor thing. Aunt B was saying she wanted to come by again on Friday. Oh, that'd be nice. She should bring the kids. I don't love entertaining my nephews. They're both little balls of hyperactive screaming energy. Yeah, it'll be good to see them. We watched someone try to sell us car insurance and an ad for a personal injury lawyer. I don't need a minder, you know. Mom. If it makes you that nervous, you should ask B to come by more often. You know she's been wanting to anyways. I'm managing just fine, Mom. You need a break. I'm fine. I'm not a child. I don't need to be looked after like an incontinent geriatric. I can turn on the TV by my damn self. And neither of us says anything. The wheel spins. Someone lands on a $300 space. I wonder if the contestants ever actually get the money. Sorry. It's fine. It's not. I know you're just worried. Yeah, but you're frustrated. I would be too. She hums softly under her breath. You should see if your friends are doing anything on Friday. Let B stay with me for the night. What friends? Maybe. The wheel spins. I bounce in my seat excitedly. I'm probably too old to be this outwardly excited by anything. I'm 14 now, and I'm supposed to act cool. But we're going to the beach for 3 whole days, and the disposable camera I got for my birthday sits in my lap, just waiting to be used. Aunt Beatrice is coming with us. She's been staying at our house for almost 2 weeks. She doesn't get along with my grandparents very much. I privately think that makes sense. She's only 5 years older than me. I feel like I'd have a hard time getting along with my mom if she was a whole generation older. You think we'll find any bones? Probably. Beatrice likes to collect bones. I think it's really cool, but she brought me with her once to pick through roadkill, and it was so gross I couldn't sleep for 3 days. I don't have any seafaring birds in my collection. Those kinds have really long bones. Longer is better? She shrugs. They're cool. I much prefer to see her collection after they're all cleaned and pretty white. I nod. You'll wash your hands and leave everything messy outside the rental, right? She phrases it like a question, but it's clear that it isn't. Yeah. I'm serious, Beatrice. I'm not paying for the cleaning fees if you make a mess. I promise, alright? Yeesh. After a moment, Beatrice continues just under her breath. It's B. That's another thing I think is cool about her. She once talked to me about how stupid she thinks all our names are. Old people names, she called them. I don't particularly have anything against the name Virgil, but I see your point. What are you most looking forward to taking pictures of? I look down at my camera. My grandpa has an old film camera that you have to load manually, and I've always thought that it's the coolest thing in the world. The clouds. What? We have clouds at home. Yeah, but not ocean clouds. It's different. They'll be big and puffy and the water beneath them and everything. You're a weird little guy, you know that? Not that weird. B shrugs. I return my gaze out the window where the scenery slowly rolls by. I feel the car shift around me as we pull off the freeway and pull up to a rest stop along the coast. The ocean stretches out in front of me, and I stare through the window at the vast field of blue. Last stop before we get to the rental. It'll be another 45, so go now if you have to. I hop out of the car and do as instructed, emptying my bladder as quickly as I can. On my way back to the car, I glance over to the other side of the parking lot, where a camper van is parked, facing the beach. Lounging in a camping chair besides the van is a large goat. His fur looks damp, as though he's just been in the water. It clings to him, accentuating the outline of his chest, where his stomach curves down to meet his thighs. He has a towel wrapped around his waist, and I can see more fur poking out over top of it. He's not wearing anything beneath the towel, I don't think. He's got a radio playing, though I can only just barely make out the sound of music from across the lot. He taps a massive foot to the ground in time with the song, and each time he raises his leg, the slit where each end of the towel meets widens, revealing another trailing of yellow-brown fur along his thigh. With each tap, I think the towel might just fall off completely. My fingertips itch. Oh, okay. I don't know why that didn't read right. My fingertips itch where they brush against the disposable camera tied around my wrist. I really want to take a picture of him. Hey, you ready to go? B is leaning around the edge of the restrooms behind me, hand on the sandy brick wall of the building. Yeah, sorry. We climb back into Mom's beat-up Jeep, and she pulls out of the parking lot. I turn my head, trying to see if I can see the goat behind again before we pull away completely, but the angle is bad. When we finally leave the rest stop behind, I turn my attention back to the car and see B looking at me. What? Nothing. B lets out a small huff before resting her chin back on our hands and turning her attention out the window once more. I stare blankly at the platters of food in front of me. There's little cookies, the kind that come in big boxes from the store, and vegetables. Too many vegetables, honestly. I pick up a carrot and twist it between my fingers. I'm not especially hungry. I'm not hungry at all, in fact. But after the disaster of a eulogy I just gave, I'm about done with talking. The food table serves as a decent enough deterrent to my fellow mourners. There are too many people here, in my opinion. A whole troop of old ladies from her knitting club accosted me earlier. I didn't know Mom was in a knitting club. She hated knitting. Always said she made her loops too tight. Hey. I turn my head, and there he is. I'm not sure what to feel about that exactly. Hey. He is with Mom for the night, and they both made me promise to go out and have fun. So here I am at the only halfway decent bar in town. And of course, I run into him. Sorry, I know this is a little awkward, but I wanted to say hi. Well, you've said it. Right. Look, I fucked up a lot in high school, and I'm really sorry. And I get that it doesn't mean anything to you, that if it doesn't mean anything to you, no hard feelings. But I heard about your mom, and she really was kind to me, and supportive when I didn't have a lot of adults who were. So I just wanted to say, I get it if you still hate my guts. But if you guys need anything at all, just let me know. It's the least I could do. Thanks. I'm not sure what to say to him. Never was, after everything. Okay, I'll stop bothering you now. I just wanted to say my piece and everything. No, it's fine. I really do appreciate it. I turn slightly on my bar stool, facing him more fully. I'm lonely, I suppose. That's the main reason I can think of as to why I'm giving him the time of day. So, what are you up to these days? I'm working at my dad's shop. Really? I start to feel embarrassed at my obvious shock, but decide I don't care that much. I know. I came out to my folks a few years back. It didn't go great, but they're starting to come around. Dad still doesn't really talk to me much, but he gave me my job back, so progress. I have faith it'll work out eventually. I'm glad. I'm sure it will. I only half surprised myself at how much I mean it. Even if he was a bit of a piece of shit in high school, I don't think anyone should have to worry about whether their parents love them. I was lucky in that regard, I guess. What about you? Worked for a bit after high school. I tooled around community college for a few years before transferring upstate. Taking a gap year right now to look after my mom and everything. Oh, that's great. What are you studying? Film. Yeah? He says it with a smile. He always had good smiles. The way the corner of his mouth turns up on the right side, that genuine look in his eyes. I'm not doing this right now. You know me and cameras. That's amazing. I always thought you'd do something big. Well, we'll see about that part. We both order another round. He's drinking some IPA like a nerd. He tells the bartender to put mine on his tab like a nerd. You're a mojito person now? Last time we talked, neither of us were old enough to drink anything other than secondhand beer. I've always been a mojito person. He snorts softly and then makes a face. At some point, I would have been able to decipher exactly what this particular face meant. His brow furrows, and his nose wiggles slightly. Look, I know I already said it, but I really fucked up. I did bad by you. Ben, I really am sorry. I was a coward back then, and I shouldn't have been. So really, truly, I'm sorry. He stares down into his IPA, rotating it back and forth slightly. Look. You were a real dick in high school. You fucked up bad. But also, man, I don't know. I'm an adult. I don't really think about it that much. You didn't scar me for life or anything. You're just an ex who did something shitty when we were kids. So, forgiven? No. Probably not, but forgotten? Yeah, sure. I'll take it, I guess. Well, it's what you're gonna get. We both sit in silence for a while. He takes a sip from his drink. I spin my straw around, watching the mint leaves swirl between the ice. So, really? Mojitos? Why are you so stuck on that? I can't stop a smile from coming to my lips. I don't know. Mojitos just feel like such a globe-trotting, hip young drink. What? You don't think I could be a young, hip globetrotter? I'm not doing this right now. No, that's not what I meant. Okay, so what do you think I should be drinking? Surely you don't think I'd be a beer person? No, something distinguished, like whiskey or something. Distinguished? Yeah. You've always been cool. I was not cool in high school. You had a photo lab in your garage. That's cool. To you, and my mom, and approximately no one else. It's an exclusive list. Not doing this right now. So, are you seeing anyone? No, I'm single right now. He looks at me with something like surprise, or maybe hope in his eyes. Cool. I nod my head, trying to act nonchalant. I flag down the bartender for another round. Ben. We've made out plenty. And done a little more once or twice. But this is the first time we've gone up to my bedroom with the express purpose of sex. I'm scared. My chest feels tight. I can hardly breathe. Ben's hand runs over my stomach beneath my shirt, towards my chest, pushing all the fur the wrong direction. I shiver. I try not to be embarrassed about how obvious my boner is through my boxers and how close Ben's face is to the fabric. That is, after all, the whole reason we're here. Verge, can I... Ben's voice sounds nervous, and his hands hover above my waistband. He stares up at me with wide eyes. Yes. Please, yeah. I close my eyes as he pulls my boxers down, and I feel the air touch my skin, afraid to see his reaction. He doesn't say anything. I open my eyes and peek at him. He's staring at me, wide-eyed. Is it... Good. You're good. It's great. It's good. Great. You look different from me. I cover my face in embarrassment. Good different. I should... My whole body shudders as he wraps a hand around me. Good? Great. My voice comes out breathy. I feel him shift between my legs, arms pressing against my thighs. I inhale deeply as I feel him run his tongue along my length. Ah. What? Nothing. It just tastes like skin. I don't know what I was expecting it to taste like, I guess. It's like licking your paw, kind of. Oh. I let out a shuddering breath as he squeezes me slightly. Sorry, He runs his tongue over me again. Oh. I squeeze my eyes shut and clench the sheets between my claws as he puts his mouth wholly around me. His teeth scrape against my skin gently and I gasp. Ben. His teeth scrape against me again, sharper this time. Fuck. Ben! Ow! He pulls away instantly. Shit, sorry. Are you okay? Are you bleeding? Fuck, sorry. I run a finger over myself just to check, but the pain is already fading. I'm fine. Jeez, man. I look up and see Ben's ears flat against his head. His eyes are watering, like he might be about to cry. I'm fine, I promise. I'm so sorry. You don't really think about keeping your jaw open at that angle for that long, but It was kind of starting to hurt, but I didn't want to stop, and I'm sorry, I should have. I'm sorry. He interrupts himself with a hiccup. He's shaking. It's okay. I reach forward and wrap my arms around his shoulders, pulling him into a hug. It was an accident, and no harm, no foul, right? Ben looks up at me from his position in my lap, eyes wet. Are you sure? Yeah, I was really enjoying it until the last bit. Sorry. He wipes up his face with the back of his hand. It's fine, man. Seriously. Okay. I run a hand over his head, mussing his fur. I trail my claws over his ear tips, the way I know he likes. His eyes are ringed red and still wet. He snuffles once and blinks up at me. I love you. I love you too. Sorry. I sigh. I dig my toe into the sand, wiggling them slightly as I look through the viewfinder. There's a seagull ways down the beach I'm trying to get a shot of. I only have 7 shots left on the disposable camera, but just beyond the seagull is an umbrella and a beach ball, and a truly magnificent, fluffy white cloud. Altogether, it makes a great composition. I just need the seagull a little to the left, and then... click. The seagull starts to take off, and I take the picture in a panic. Hope that comes out. Check this out. I turn to see B standing behind me. Is that a skull? Yep. She sits down next to me and places the skull in the sand. I'm not much for ornithology, but it's definitely some kind of bird. The skull is mostly clean, though covered in a few bits of sand and some kind of blackish brown gunk. Probably whatever's left over of the thing's skin. It's decayed enough that it doesn't give me the jeebies. Cool. I stare at the skull, taking in the sharp lines and angles, the impossibly thin geometry that makes up the thing's head. Hey, what's up? You... I turn my head to an angle and raise an eyebrow. B isn't usually the one to mince words. You a queer? My mind goes completely empty. I should be thinking of something to say, or throwing sand in her face and running away or something. But there's nothing. It's like I stopped existing. Fuck you. I finally managed to say the only words I can bring to my tongue. Hey, I didn't mean it like that. I manage to stand, but my knees feel unsteady. Fuck off. I start walking away. Virgil, come on. You know I didn't mean it like that. Like what? Virgil, it's fine. It's not fine. I'm screaming now, making a scene. I think I might be crying, but I'm not sure. I can't really feel anything. I sound loud and angry and scared, even to my own ears. But I can't say that I really feel any of that stuff. It's all out there, and I'm in here. There's nothing happening in here. It is. I promise it's fine. What's going on here? Fuck. I throw myself against Mom, wrapping my arms around her waist. She places a hand on the back of my head. What happened? Nothing. Clearly not. What did you do? Why do you always assume I did something? Well, I don't think he made himself cry, now did he? I didn't do anything. Mom grabs me gently by the chin and tilts my face up towards hers. What happened? She speaks gently and rubs a thumb over my cheek. I shake once and then launch myself to the side, throwing up in the sand a few feet away. Mom rubs circles on my back as I shake on the ground. It takes something like 20 minutes for me to calm down enough for Mom to coax me to drink something. Sorry, Virgil. You okay? Mom is giving B the stink eye, but I can't tell what specifically it means. I don't know if B told her what she said. I don't know if she knows. I don't know who knows. B guessed. Anyone could guess. It's not fair. I never even did anything. Why does everyone get to guess? I'm a queer. I murmur it softly, half hoping nobody hears. Mom's hand takes me by the chin and tilts my face towards hers again. Baby, that's no problem at all. I start crying again. All the colors blur together, but everything mostly looks yellow and sandish. Mom murmurs something against the top of my head, and her hand rubs up and down my back. I blink and blink and blink, but the tears don't stop. I think that maybe this is just how it'll be forever now. Do they make glasses for this kind of blurry vision? I don't know. I don't know. There's this one memory I have. I'm not sure if it's the actual first memory. It's one of those things where you aren't sure if you're just making a part of it or forgetting when it happened. Either way, I was little, maybe 5 or 6, and there were fireflies. That's the only part I really know for sure, and that my mom was there, probably. I think we were catching them and putting them in a jar. But even that I can't be sure of. Putting fireflies in jars is a thing you always see on TV and stuff. So I could have just made that part up. But the glow, I remember. And the air. The hum in the air, I remember that. And if I think really hard, I think I can remember the feeling of one landing on my paw. The way its wings brushed against my fur. I've been thinking about that a lot lately. The gentleness. The fuzziness of the memory. When I think about it, it makes me feel happy, in a bittersweet sort of way. Something gone, but still inside of me if I look hard enough. I hope this is like that. It's only just getting light out as I walk in the door. I leave the crisp morning air behind as I pad across the carpet of the living room. I can see yellow light faintly shining in from one of the rooms upstairs. Morning! I turn to see B standing in the doorway to the kitchen. Busted. Coffee? Yeah, thanks. I quietly lean against the counter as B grabs a mug from the cabinets. We're in my house. I could do this myself, but I don't interrupt. She presses a warm mug into my hand, and I stare down into the brown liquid. Was it Ben again? Yeah. I take a sip of my coffee. I don't like it. I'm a big boy. I can make my own choices. I know. I just think you're making bad ones. It's fine. I'm just having some fun. B looks pointedly at my neck, where the fur is all matted down and pushed out of place at haphazard angles. Clearly. I adjust my collar self-consciously. I just don't want to see you getting hurt again. I'm not gonna judge. We all need something to distract us from this, but Virgil... That boy was bad news back then. He's bad news now. It's not like we're getting married, B. We aren't even dating. Like I said, it's just fun. I shift the mug from one hand to the other, giving the first a break from the heat. Okay, fine. I'm not gonna twist your arm about it. But when he abandons you again, I'm not gonna say I told you so. But know that I'll be thinking it really hard. I sigh and take another sip of coffee. I really just want to finish the mug and then go take a shower. I'm still wearing my clothes from last night and they aren't exactly fresh. I don't want to talk. How are you? What? I feel like you're always worrying about how I'm doing, but, you know, how are you holding up with everything? B doesn't speak for a moment. She looks out the kitchen window towards the garden. When Mom tried When Mom stopped being able to take care of it, I thought about trying to find a gardener, but that seemed like a betrayal. I decided I'd just do it myself. I'm not very good at it. My sister's dying, Virgil. How do you think I'm holding up? I take a sip of my coffee. About as well as me, then? Something like that. She takes 2 steps across the kitchen and wraps an arm around my shoulder. You're always welcome with me and Matt and the kids. You know that, right? Yeah, of course. We'll get through this. Of course we will. We're good at that, you and me. Getting through stuff. Part of our roguish charm, huh? The main part, probably. Her nose wrinkles. Go take a shower. In a minute. I take another sip of my coffee. She pats my shoulder gently. Okay. In a minute. I run my fingers through the fur on my chin, looking over the photos spread out on the floor around me. I just got this set back from the photo lab in town. Normally I develop my pictures myself, but I was trying out a roll of Fujifilm, and I've never used their stuff before, so I wanted to get a baseline before trying it on my own. The colors are all really saturated. Maybe too saturated for my taste in some places. A few came out really well, though. There's a picture I took on a bike ride a while back, of the water tower in the hills on the edge of the town. The film accentuates the greens and blues in the sky and creates a hyper-vivid tone. The images feel very romantic, maybe even a little saccharine. The kind of picture I normally detest, but sometimes saccharine is okay, I suppose. I might be able to tone down the saturation if I develop it myself. But at that point, I might as well not even use the Fujifilm in the first place. The doorbell rings, interrupting my musings. I don't have any plans, and Mom probably would have told me if she had invited anyone over. I get up from the floor and walk across the living room to the front door. Hi. You're wearing a suit. Sure am. I laugh. Why? Well, I told my parents I was going to prom, and I told my friends my dad was making me stay home. Which means, here I am. He holds out a corsage to me. It's covered in white roses and is utterly gaudy. Can I come in? I step to the side, speechless. Once he's through the doorway, Ben turns to face me. He places a hand on my cheek. You could have gone with your friends. That wouldn't have been half as nice. Ben. Yes, my love? My heart beats against my ribcage. You're really perfect, you know that? If you say so. I've always had this anxiety in the middle of my chest. That I'd just be lonely forever. That I would never, ever meet someone who really got me. Someone who cared about me. I've always been scared that I'd die alone, I guess. What were you working on? Those photos I told you about came back. The Fuji ones? Oh, cool. Show me. As I show Ben how the photos came out, he listens attentively. He smiles, and his eyes are wide and happy, and he's actually interested in what I have to say. We lay down on my living room floor together for hours, and his tux eventually loses the jacket, and the corsage he brought me gets all smashed and crumpled, but I don't take it off. I'm not scared. Not right now. Not with him. I don't think I ever will be again. Ben digs into his pancakes happily. I'm kind of regretting this. So, have you done any good pictures lately? I snort. Not really. What? I'm sure you must have something. I sigh, picking at the muffin on the plate in front of me. I've got one that's fine. Not good enough, though. Show me! I sigh again, louder this time, and then pull my phone from my pocket. I flip through my phone to find the scan I have saved. It's a double exposure, my mom's room, and the garden out front. Ben takes a look at the image and smiles softly. It's really nice. It's fine. What's your issue with it? It's just kind of generic. My dying mom and my dying garden. It's just really obvious imagery. Ben takes some time chewing a bite of his pancakes. He's got syrup on the bottom left corner of his maw. Isn't generic kind of okay in this case? I mean, not to make light of it all, but everyone's mom dies eventually, right? So if you feel like you're treading ground that loads of other people have done before, can't you find, like, connection in that or something? You know, like the human spirit or whatever. Sure. That's a lovely sentiment. Wouldn't fly in a critique, though. Just having emotions isn't enough. The photograph has to be good. And this one is just fine. Is this for a graded assignment or something? No. Then why do you care? Can't it just be fine? I've got high standards. Well, I think it looks nice. Ben takes another bite of his pancakes. I continue to pick out my muffin. It's got blueberries in it, and I can feel the stickiness on my right index finger where a few crumbs still sit. I'm not super hungry. I haven't been lately. It feels hard to think about food with everything going on. It's probably not good, the food thing. I keep picking out my muffin. I'll deal with it later. Hey, so next month they're having that Peach Festival, like an hour east, I think? I thought it might be fun to go, if you want. He looks at me, happy and expectant. Look, Ben. I appreciate it, but I'm not really looking for that. We've been having fun, and it's nice to take my mind off things, but I'm not looking to rekindle an old flame or anything. Let's just keep stuff casual. Casual. His face falls. I may not be as good at reading him as I used to be, but his disappointment is obvious. Sorry. No, that's good. Casual's good. Whatever you need. I cringe. I thought... What? Nothing. Don't worry about it. Okay. Sorry. All good. I finish my muffin as quickly as I can. Do you want to go outside? Maybe smoke for a minute? God, yes. I should probably stay inside, though. Lots of mourners to entertain. Yeah, for sure. You just seem kind of strung out, is all. He doesn't mention the eulogy. I'm not sure if he even knows. I don't remember seeing him there, but he could have been. Or heard gossip, at least. Yeah. A funeral will do that to you. Fair enough. Just figured I'd give you an excuse to escape for a little bit. I drum my fingers on my arm. The debate in my head doesn't last long. Yeah, fuck it, sure. Let's go smoke, who cares? Once we make it to the back porch, Ben produces a pack of menthols. He lights one, holding the cigarette between his lips as he flicks the lighter once, twice, 3 times. He pulls the cig from his maw and holds it out to me. I stare at him with a quirked brow for a moment. Shit, sorry. Muscle memory, I guess. Let me get you a new one. It's fine. I take the cig from his fumbling hands and bring it to my lips, taking a small drag at first. I haven't smoked in a while, and despite my general state of being at the moment, I don't really want to embarrass myself. So, menthols? Ben, who had just lit a cigarette of his own, looks over at me. I've been giving mint-flavored stuff a try lately. I give a shallow snort, which was meant to sound mocking, but my energy isn't really in it, so it comes out more like a aborted sigh. Smooth. Ben takes another drag, and I watch the smoke curl away from his face. I can't stop laughing. What? I'm smoking in the backyard with my ex-boyfriend during my mom's fucking wake. Is that not the stupidest thing you've ever heard? Not that stupid. He lets another puff of smoke waft away into the cool air. Hey, Verge? Yeah. I think I'm really in love with you. And I get that this isn't a great time for me to bring it up. And I promise you that I'm not one of those losers who spends his whole life pining after the high school sweetheart. I moved on. But then you showed up in my life again. And you didn't seem to hate me. I really thought you hated me. But you didn't. And I ruined it last time. I lost because I was a coward. And I have you, at least a little bit right now. And I don't want to lose you again. So, whatever happens, however hard it is, if you need space or time, or a shoulder to cry on, or if you just want to be casual, I'm here. Always. Okay? Always. I stare at him. His expression is open and genuine. He means it. He really truly means it. He waits for me to respond. The fuck is wrong with you? Ben blinks at me. Fuck off. Verge. My name's Virgil Dickwad. I turn and begin walking inside. He stands as though to follow. Stay, I say with as much force and authority as I can manage. He obeys like a good boy, slumping back down against the back stoop. I flick my cigarette into the backyard where it lands in the grass somewhere. I walk inside and across the house. People try to talk to me as I move, but I barely acknowledge them. I find myself in the downstairs bathroom staring in the mirror. That piece of shit. My mom's fucking wake. My fists clench at the edge of the sink so hard my hands start to cramp. As I walk down the hallway, the only thing I feel is dread. A group of kids congregating around your locker never means good things. One of them, a caribou, he's on the football team, I think, notices me first. Well, 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 look who it is. I pull the straps of my backpack tighter against my shoulders. Don't be like that. I'm trying to help you out. It's only then that I notice what he's holding. It's a white envelope. The seal has been torn through roughly, tearing a heart-shaped sticker into fragments. I go to grab it, but the caribou pulls it away from me, and then pushes me back against my locker. Come on, Virgil? Virgin? Don't be like that. Just tell me who the lucky guy is. He speaks with a sneer. Every goddamn word. I don't know what you're talking about. No? He opens up the envelope in front of me. Inside is a letter and a Polaroid. My brain is caught in a loop, praying that he didn't sign his name. He can't have signed his name. Please, God. and then my brain registers what the picture is. That stupid idiot. It's a dick pic. It's in black and white, and Ben doesn't have any particularly distinctive markings in his fur. It's hopefully not immediately identifiable to anyone who hasn't seen it in person. I try to grab the envelope again, but the caribou yanks it away before elbowing me in the gut. My eyes water. We don't like fags around here. A crowd is gathered at this point. I hope someone will step in, or get a teacher, or something. Who's your little fag boyfriend, virgin? Fuck you. He knees me in the groin, and I fall to the floor. A few people cheer. What did I ever do to them? The caribou grabs me by the collar and slams me back against the lockers. He punches me once, in the face, and my head turns to the side. That's when I see him. Ben is striding forwards through the crowd. He's going to save me. I see the moment his steps falter. I follow his line of sight. He's seen the torn letter clenched in the bully's fist. Ben stops moving and his eyes widen. Who's the other fag? I say nothing. Ben's fists twitch, and then clench and unclench. Ben takes a half step forward. His eyes are blown wide, darting all over the place, and I can see his breath coming heavy. He's panicking. Our eyes meet. The bully is still yelling at me. I think he hits me again. I'm not paying attention to him. Tears start to fill Ben's eyes. His face crumples inward, like he's tasted something putrid. Falteringly, he turns and walks shakily away, back down the hallway. He leaves, and I'm alone. My heart doesn't fully break until a few days later, when I learned that Ben didn't get the teacher that eventually broke us up. That was someone else. He just left. Ben doesn't try to speak to me for almost a week. When he finally does, he shows up on my doorstep looking miserable. When he asks if I'm okay, I don't say anything. He begs me not to tell his dad. It's the thing that made me the angriest. Begging. But he thought so little of me that I'd out him. Never. I stopped going to school and got my GED a bit after that. There was nothing there for me anymore. What the fuck? Who does he think he is? I have an itch under my skin. The kind that makes you want to rip your clothes off and drag your claws through your fur. The itch that burns and burns and burns, making me shudder. Is him being in love with me supposed to make me happy? It doesn't, I don't think. It's just another itch. I'm tired of itches. I'm tired of feeling things. I've been feeling so many things lately and I could really use a break. I need to get them out now. Right fucking now. I'm gonna lose my goddamn mind. There's this memory I have. My voice cracks. Sorry, let me, I take a deep breath. There's this memory I have. I can't remember exactly. I'm messing it up. You know how, like, sometimes you can't tell if you made it up? Memories from when you were a kid, I mean. I practiced. Anyways, I keep it together. There were fireflies, I think. And my mom was there. I can't see. My vision is blurry and my voice cracks. I practiced. Sorry. I'm sorry. I wrote a good eulogy. I think so, at least. It doesn't matter, though. I can barely breathe now, let alone get the words to come out right. Someone puts a hand on my shoulder. B, I think, probably. I take a shuddering breath. I can't remember it. It's hazy and fuzzy. I remember the fireflies and something about jars. It's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna be able to finish. I never had this problem when I was practicing. My words were clear, and I remembered the whole thing. I can't even see the index card I wrote it all down on right now. This isn't gonna be like that, is it? This is just gonna be this thing forever. Not hazy, just there. I shake, supporting myself with the podium for a moment. I wish it was like that. Like fireflies, the buzz in the air, the wings against my fur. I wish I break again, and I don't get it back together. Someone leads me to a seat where I cry numbly. I sigh. This fucking blows. Ben studies his reflection in the mirror for a moment. Jeez. I let out a humorless snort. Sorry for hitting you. No, man, it's fine. Sorry for punching you first. Still, though, under the circumstances, I probably shouldn't have hit back. That's stupid. I prodded my eye gently, wincing slightly at the tenderness. When B finds out what happened, she's probably never gonna let me see Ben again. Which is fine? Bad? I don't know. I don't know what that would be. So, I know it's the reason you punched me in the first place, but this doesn't change what I said. No, I still mean it. I let out a high-pitched laugh. You're incorrigible, you know that? He grins at me. Incorrigible, huh? I start laughing again. Huh. I hear his laughter join mine, mixing together in a way that feels achingly familiar. I can't help it. This is stupid. Getting in a fistfight with your ex at your mom's wake? I can't not laugh. Maybe I hope it's like this, actually. Stupid and funny. And not profound at all. I really wish I was watching Wheel of Fortune right now. Okay, let's. Yeah. We can do that. Why not? Yeah. Okay. That was nice. You fucking got me. In the eulogy. Ugh. So, good job, Aderie, not sure how you pronounce it. It was lovely. I really liked how it just sort of bounced around I don't know. I'm bad at talking. Oh, yeah. It was really good. I really appreciate uh, the watercolor. It's something you don't see a lot, especially in like this sort of medium. It's always just the digital art or the photos with the filters on them or whatever. Just and I like the oh, I like how on the frames you can see like the sort of paint on the side. I don't know if it's like just smears or whatever, but like you can see outside the frame, and it's just yeah. Anyway, yeah, that was really good. Uh, link will be in description. Yeah, so you know, throw them comments or whatever. Let them know what you think, and I hope you liked it. And probably check out a couple more of these. So thanks for watching, and I hope you have a good one. Bye.